Dan Williams, Survive Outdoors, where, if you're new here, we do wilderness medicine videos. I'm a PA, a physician assistant of 43 years. Been doing hunting, fishing, camping, hiking for 40 plus years also. We do wilderness medicine videos trying to keep you safe in the outdoors. If you get injured, how to get back safely, and we do gear reviews. This is the video where we're going to do the giveaway at the end. Don't rush ahead. And I wanted to first say thank you. I am shocked the amount of subscribers. It's just been insurmountable. The last video, we had a ton of comments and a lot of good suggestions on being safe from that tragedy that occurred out at the Canyonlands. So what is the winner going to get today? You are going to get a bunch of gauze pads. We have some betadine solution that cleaned the wound. We have some Adaptic, which is great for wounds, specifically burns. And of course, Survive Outdoors logo sticker. Some Zeroform gauze, also great for burns to keep in your pack. A box of stormproof matches. And the knife we're going to be giving away is a Kershaw. I had somebody comment that all these knives look used. Trust me, there's one that looks used. This has still got the price tag on it. This is a nice Kershaw. Yep, and I dropped it. It is a folder lock blade. Not an ounce of use on it. I don't know if you can see that. So some lucky winner is going to get, it's 1370 steel. And it has a liner lock on it. So that is going to be in the package. And that is from Keith out in Utah, who does, he's a survival instructor out in California, and so I will put that link down there also. All right, today we are going to do what I do for a workout. And we're going to go through, it's not extensive. I'm no physical therapist or workout guru, but we're going to go through what I do and what it's helped me. I mean, I've lost 11 pounds in the last 2 months. Yay for me. And mostly this is going to be for 50 and over. However, if you're younger, go for it. You know, you can use these techniques and you can go ahead and increase the weight accordingly. But first, we're going to talk about, for 50 and over, what you have to, I implore you to get done prior to going on long hikes or prior to going out on any trek to make sure you're healthy. The amount of individuals that I see in the clinic that have either no primary care provider, PA, NP, MD, is amazing to me over the age of 50. So it's really, really important to get a workup done prior to doing a workout exercise. I would suggest a CBC, look at your white count, look and see if you're anemic, a CMP, which is called a complete metabolic panel, that's checking your kidneys and liver, lipids, hemoglobin A1C, it tracks what your sugars are over the last few months. That's important. A thyroid panel would be also beneficial. If you have a family history of heart disease, diabetic, any sibling that has heart disease, talk to your doc or your provider, and you may want to schedule a stress test, 50 and over. You know, if you're going to all of a sudden start working out and you're climbing 30, 40 degree grade hills, and you're going out hiking up into the mountains and higher elevation, it's imperative you get that checked out. Last thing you want is to have angina or a mild heart attack or some issue going on when you're out on a trail. Speaking of that, traveler's insurance, it's nominal. On average in the U.S., to be flown out of an area in the backcountry, it ranges from anywhere from $35,000 to $70,000. That's being flown out to the hospital, worked up. It's insane. And so for a nominal fee, it's really helpful to get traveler's insurance for hikers, backpackers, campers. It makes a lot of sense. God forbid, especially if you get bit by a venomous snake, that's an insane amount of money. We have a video on that also. All right, so you want to get worked up, you want to do your due diligence before you start into any activity. I'm not a big fan of one test will tell you this outcome. Usually it's multifactorial. The more tests you do, you will have a more accurate diagnosis. Now, there is one thing that a lot of people are touting. After the age of 50, if you can't get up from this position without using your hands, you are at a higher risk for a disability in the next 10 to 15 years. And I can't do it. I cannot get up. I can cheat and use my elbow, but I can't do it. I cannot get up without using my upper extremity. So that's a little bit of a test to see how debilitated you are. Full transparency here. I have osteoarthritis. I have a disc in my back that is impinging on a nerve. I have a numb right foot. So these are some of my handicaps that I have to try to get over. You may have osteoarthritis. You may have some autoimmune problem. You need to get through it, and one of the ways is to exercise. That will definitely help. One of the things, if you watch some of my past videos, I've talked about things like supports for your shoes, energizing and comfort, Dr. Scholl's, right? So I put those in my shoes, and I have them in right now. If I pull them out of these tennis shoes, you can see. And I am here to tell you, this is not just for my feet. This is for my knees. You can Google it, look up the stats. Professional college football players, more by 3%, more knee injuries, ACL tears, PCL tears from playing on AstroTurf versus grass. Long distance runners running on concrete versus grass. More knee trauma. The concrete is just not absorbing, and that is going to be taken into your knees. And over time, if you're a runner, not good for the old. I can't tell you how many marathon runners I have come in and athletes that have jacked up knees. Now, is it all because of that? Of course not. You have to work your thighs, you have to work your calves. Those have to be strong. The stronger your thighs and calves are, obviously, the less trauma and impact is going to be on the knees. But these will help, and they do help me a lot. So, weight loss. I do want to digress for a second. I've had a couple postal workers over the last few years come in, and they don't understand why they're not losing weight. I carry the mail spring, summer, fall, winter, through mud, rain, and sleet, and I haven't lost any weight. Well, that's because you're not getting your heart rate up high enough. You have acclimated to your job, and I don't know exactly what their diet was, but I'm sure that's part of it. So, important to note, walking for 30 minutes is absolutely imperative and great, but if you're not getting your heart rate up, if you're not burning calories, then you're not going to drop the weight that you're going to want to lose. Important little side note. All right, so one of the things that I do to work on my arms is I do something that's light. This is 12 pounds. And a very common injury, as you see in this picture here, is a rotator cuff. The rotator cuff has 4 muscles, one on top, one in the front, one behind, one underneath. This top one, the supraspinatus, and that tendon inserts right here, that sucker gets torn so frequently when people get older, and it has to be repaired. And it's a pain, and it causes some disability. So one of the things I do, which I suggest, is get something light, something, be 10-pound weights. And you want to put your back against the wall. See this beautiful wall I have here? Imagine there's a wall there. And you're going to take that, and this is called, these little out straight, keep your elbows straight and bent, and you're going to do a good rep of 10. And if you find you can't do a rep of 10 with each arm, then you're going to have to drop the weight. Don't try to do some Schwarzenegger, crazy stuff, all right? Just use a low weight and nice and slow, bring that up, and that is going to strengthen, and it's going to help your pecs too. And you're going to come over here and you're going to do the same thing. Nice and straight like that. That's going to help your shoulders, and it will help over time your rotator cuff. And I can not overstate the reason why these things fail notoriously is compliance. We don't stick with it. Same thing with weight loss, same thing with everything else, is we have to be compliant. You have to have a goal. You got to do it at least minimum 3 times a week. If you strain a muscle, then what you need to do is work your lower legs, give a week off. A really cheap, this cost me $4.50 at Walmart, extremely cheap. We used to do these all the time. When my son was growing up, we'd do these in the car. My dad and I would do these frequently. We would have contests, and one of the contests would do, my dad, my son and I would sit around, we put a quarter in between here like this, and see who could hold it the longest. You see, I'm already shaking. See that? And whoever held it the longest won. And I would keep one of these in the car and just do reps over and over to help this muscle here, the brachioradialis. This is the brachioradialis, big long Latin name, and I would use this on both hands, and I would do reps as far as I can on the way to work. That's really, really helpful for grip strength, and I enjoyed it. So that's something you can do, and it's nominal. Again, back against the wall or a tree. These are 20 pounds. That's my limit for doing 10 reps. Or you can put your hand under your elbow and you're going to go 1, slowly back, 2, and you're going to do that with each arm. Do a rep of 10 would be awesome. Can't do 20? Don't do 20. Drop it down to 10 pounds. Whatever you can do is 10 reps. And you're going to go slow. There's a lot of, not controversy so much, debate. Do you do fast reps? Do you do slow reps? Slow reps is strength. Fast rep is bulk. And it goes back and forth. I like slow reps. I feel it gives me strength. The bulk, I'm not interested in at my age. You know, I'm married. I don't need to be showing off my guns, right? So I just do nice slow reps at 20 pounds. And then we're going to show you one more with the 20-pound weight that I do to help my chest. The other thing I'll do is I'll lean over a chair. This is a stump. And I'll take it, and I'm hopefully at 90, and I'm bringing it into my chest. And I'm doing 10 reps with 20 pounds with each hand like this. Into my chest, trying to build up my pecs. It's also building up my biceps. That's the other one I do. All of these help you hiking, picking up a backpack. If you take the backpack, you'll decrease your chance of getting a dislocated shoulder when you flip it up there. All of these will help. It will give you confidence. You will feel better about yourself. You'll be wanting to go on more hikes. It's a slow process. It evolves. My God, there must be 20 mosquitoes around me. All right, so the other thing I do even during the day is I stand on my toes and I do reps. 1, 2, 3, 4. I also come back on my heels. 1, 2. So when I have someone that sprains an ankle, I don't care if it's 12 years old or 90 years old, I teach them something called the ABC exercises, and that is this. So they hold their leg dead still, and they go A, B, C to the extreme, D. They go through the whole alphabet, A through Z, and they're going to strengthen all of their muscles and tendons in their ankle. Again, they can do that at nighttime. Now, this muscle right here, this is my tibia, that bone. This muscle right in here is a great big muscle called the tibialis anterior, and it comes across and it inserts at the base of the cuneiform bone at the base of the first toe here. That muscle is responsible for raising your foot up like that. About a month ago, I had a lady, 62, come in, sprains her ankle. I examined her ankle. She can't bring her foot up at all. She completely ruptured that tendon. It's like the second one I've ever seen in my life. So that's an immediate ortho referral. But those exercises can help with that, especially doing the toe exercises as far as standing on your toes and doing the ABC exercises. You can also purchase these bands. They're inexpensive. They come in different lengths, and you can use these for a variety of exercises. This is too long for me, so I'm going to double it up. If I double it up, I can use it, and I can, very similar, but this butterfly mechanism is really helpful for your chest. You can tie off these ends into your legs. You can put it down on the floor. It's not strong enough for my arms, but you're someone else or someone that's younger in the household, your kids, get them excited, get them into exercising with you. So when they get in their 60s, they're not going to be in that situation. Make it a family thing, 3 times a week. And you can, but these are really helpful. They're lightweight. You can stick, if you're traveling, you stick them right in your bag and you're good to go. These are the exercises that I kind of incorporate, as well as walking. Yes, 30 minutes would be great. 10,000 steps, get your steps in. It could be 7,000, it's not a big deal. You've got to get your ticker checked out, guys and gals. You've got to get that checked out. So, important, get your prep, and then start your exercise routine. Add stuff to this. This is just what I do. This is not some gold standard. What do you do? I would appreciate you throw it down below. Give me some suggestions. If you're in your 60s, what do you do that I left out? Usually I draw, but there was over like 200 subscribers, 400 comments. So I randomly did the number deal, which I'm learning how to do now. Douglas Cobbler, K-O-B-L-E-R. You have won the knife in the package. If he does not respond in a week, then we're going to carry this over to the next month. How you do it, Doug, I appreciate you subscribing. What you do, go to Instagram, Survive Outdoors, or Facebook, much safer. Leave your address, and then I will get this mailed out ASAP. Keep your eyes on the horizon, your face to the wind, guys. Be safe. Till next time.